After decades of Harley-Davidson dominating American highways, Honda has finally unveiled 5 bikes that could change everything. The engineering is smarter, the pricing more aggressive, and the performance, well, that's where things get really interesting. For years, we've watched Milwaukee rest on their laurels while Japanese manufacturers quietly evolved. But this time, Honda isn't just competing, they're coming for the crown. These 5 bikes represent more than just new models. They're a direct challenge to what many of us have considered the only real choice for serious riders. Whether you're looking for your next touring machine, a weekend cruiser, or something that'll turn heads at the local hangout, Honda's 2026 lineup has something that might just make you think twice about that bar and shield. Honda Rebel 500. Some motorcycles do not need to shout to make their presence known. They just show up, do the job, and earn respect 1 mile at a time. The Rebel 500 is exactly that kind of machine. It carries the soul of a cruiser in a smaller, more approachable package built for new riders, returning riders, and those who want something easy to manage without sacrificing the ride. Power comes from a liquid-cooled 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, producing 45 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound like much compared to a Milwaukee 8. But here's the thing. This engine delivers its power exactly where you need it for real-world riding. The torque comes on early and stays flat through the mid-range, giving you that satisfying pull when you roll on the throttle. Braking is handled by a single disc front and rear, each supported by a standard anti-lock braking system that's been tuned specifically for cruiser dynamics. Suspension duties fall to conventional telescopic forks up front and dual shocks in the rear, offering a smooth ride over city bumps or weekend back roads. Wet weight stands at approximately 416 pounds. That's about 100 pounds lighter than a Sportster. The seat height is a confidence-inspiring 27.2 inches, making this bike accessible to riders of all sizes. And here's where things get interesting. Starting price is expected to be around $6,800. The riding position is laid back and natural, with mid-mounted foot controls and wide handlebars that put you in command without putting strain on your back or shoulders. It's low enough to flat foot at a stoplight, but still gives enough cornering clearance for spirited riding. The slim tank, minimalist rear fender, and blackout engine treatment keep the look clean and modern without drifting too far from classic cruiser roots. Riders looking to personalize their ride will find plenty of aftermarket support. Saddlebags, windscreens, exhausts, and even full bobber kits are widely available. Where this motorcycle separates itself from competitors is in its mechanical predictability. The throttle is smooth, the clutch is light, the gearbox shifts without drama, and the engine rarely surprises you, which for new riders or urban commuters is exactly what matters. It's a motorcycle that gets out of the way and lets you enjoy the road. In the real world, the Rebel 500 is more than a starter bike. For many, it's the final choice. It's light enough for daily use, torquey enough for weekend escapes, and refined enough to feel like a real machine, not a toy. Fuel economy hovers around 60 miles per gallon, with a tank size of 2.96 gallons, giving practical range for both errands and light touring. The digital display is simple but effective, showing fuel level, speed, and gear position clearly in all conditions. What makes it a genuine threat to the cruiser hierarchy is not just the price, it's the value. No other bike at this level offers the same combination of reliability, comfort, and confidence. And while some may scoff at its size, the truth is it brings more riders into the world of motorcycling than many larger machines ever could. In that way, it quietly undermines the legacy of heavier, louder cruisers that forgot what it means to be welcoming. If you're finding value in this breakdown so far, hit that like button and let me know in the comments if you've had a chance to ride any of these Honda models. Your real-world experience matters to this community. Now let's move on to a bike that proves that design alone is not enough, because power, balance, and precision are finally within reach of the middleweight market. Honda CB750 Hornet. Not every motorcycle needs to be draped in chrome to demand respect. Some earn it by how they ride, lean, fast, and focused. The Hornet 750 is a pure middleweight street fighter stripped down and built to perform. It's the kind of motorcycle that delivers more than it promises, offering power, control, and confidence without any unnecessary flash. It produces 91 horsepower from a liquid-cooled 755cc parallel twin engine. Torque comes in at 55 pound-feet, tuned for real-world riding with a wide, flat curve that makes power available across the rev range. Braking is handled by dual full-size discs up front, with radial-mounted calipers and a single disc in the rear, all connected to a standard anti-lock braking system. The suspension setup features a 41mm inverted fork with adjustable preload up front and a rear monoshock with progressive linkage. Wet weight sits at 461 pounds, and the seat height is just 31.3 inches. With a starting price just under $10,000, it undercuts more expensive rivals while delivering performance that holds its own. The riding posture is upright and aggressive, designed for control, not just comfort. The wide handlebars and narrow tank make this bike easy to maneuver, while the mid-mounted pegs and firm suspension give it the feel of a true canyon carver. It handles city traffic as confidently as it does winding roads. And with its lightweight chassis, it responds instantly to rider input. The engine delivers quick acceleration, strong mid-range grunt, and smooth throttle transitions, ideal for daily commuting or weekend fun. Aesthetically, the Hornet 750 avoids the excesses of both retro styling and ultra-modern gimmicks. It strikes a clean balance with an angular LED headlight, minimalist bodywork, and exposed frame sections that communicate its Street Fighter DNA. The fuel tank is sculpted for grip, and the compact tail keeps the profile tight and athletic. This is not a bike for posing. It's built to be ridden hard and put away grinning. Technology is kept practical. A full LCD dash provides real-time readouts for speed, fuel, gear position, ride mode, and engine settings. 3 standard ride modes, Standard, Sport, and Rain, adjust throttle mapping and traction control to suit conditions. These modes are toggled directly from the handlebars, allowing the rider to adapt on the fly without distractions. There's no radar, no voice commands, no unnecessary screens, just a modern interface that works when you need it. Fuel capacity is just over 3.5 gallons, and riders can expect around 50 miles per gallon depending on conditions. That puts the range in the 175-mile zone, giving plenty of flexibility for day rides without frequent stops. Maintenance is straightforward, and Honda's track record for reliability means owners can spend more time riding and less time wrenching. What makes this motorcycle a threat to legacy brands is not just its capability, it's who it speaks to. Younger riders do not want heavy cruisers with excessive chrome and decade-old tech. They want bikes that are fast, light, and connected to the road. This motorcycle gives them exactly that. Performance without intimidation, tech without clutter, and design without compromise. It's not loud, it's not brash, but it is fast, sharp, and built for the road ahead. The next bike on our list takes everything that makes the Hornet 750 great and dials it up to 11. Because sometimes, more really is more. Honda CB1000 Hornet SP. Aggression, precision, and raw athleticism. This is what the street demands when you're not interested in playing nice. The CB1000 Hornet SP is not a cruiser, not a touring platform, and certainly not a showpiece. It is a machine stripped of pretense and loaded with real performance, aimed squarely at riders who want their power immediate and their response razor-sharp. Underneath its minimalist skin lies a liquid-cooled, 998 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, producing 155 horsepower and 67 pound-feet of torque. Braking is handled by dual floating front discs with 4-piston Brembo radial mount calipers and a single rear disc with a 2-piston caliper, all supported by a cornering-aware anti-lock braking system. Suspension consists of a fully adjustable Showa 43mm inverted fork up front and a piggyback-style Öhlins rear shock, offering 5.6 inches of travel. Wet weight tips the scale at 464 pounds, and seat height comes in at 33.9 inches. The expected price range sits between $12,000 and $14,000, making it one of the most affordable leader-naked sport bikes with premium hardware. The riding position is commanding with slightly forward lean, wide bars, and aggressive foot peg placement that keeps the rider in full control without compromising comfort on longer stretches. The bodywork is minimal but muscular, giving the bike a compact, athletic stance. Every line, every cut in the tank and frame signals purpose, not decoration. LED lighting, a sculpted headlamp mask, and exposed exhaust headers add to the bike's visual punch without crossing into cartoonish territory. Power delivery is immediate but manageable. The inline-4 surges cleanly through the rev range with throttle response that remains predictable even under sudden input. A factory quickshifter offers clutchless upshifts and downshifts, reducing fatigue and maximizing performance during spirited riding. It's the kind of setup that encourages confident control and rewards skilled riders, without punishing those still learning its boundaries. The dash is a full-color digital TFT display that puts gear position, throttle mapping, traction settings, lap timers, and ride modes front and center. Speaking of ride modes, riders can toggle between rain, standard, and sport, each adjusting throttle sharpness, engine braking, and traction intervention on the fly. No fluff, no gimmicks, just performance-focused adjustments for real-world use. Fuel capacity sits at 4.2 gallons, offering roughly 140 to 160 miles of range, depending on how hard you twist the throttle. While this is no long-distance tourer, it offers enough flexibility for daily use, spirited weekends, or the occasional backroad blitz. And because it uses proven components and a non-stressed engine architecture, long-term reliability is expected to be as solid as anything Honda has produced. Where this motorcycle becomes a problem for Harley-Davidson is in its execution. The Street Fighter segment is one Harley attempted to enter with the Bronx project but ultimately abandoned. Riders were waiting. Honda delivered. And now, instead of a bulky, overstyled attempt at naked performance, riders get a bike that is lighter, quicker, more refined, and thousands of dollars cheaper. It's stripped down, it's sharpened, and it's exactly what the next generation of street riders has been asking for. Honda didn't just outmuscle Harley here, they out-engineered them. If you're enjoying this breakdown of Honda's new lineup, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got 2 more incredible machines to cover, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. But the next bike hits where Harley used to reign supreme. Nostalgia. Honda CB1000F Concept. Elegance and aggression rarely share the same machine, but the CB1000F Concept proves that style and strength do not need to be opposites. With its neo-retro design, modern engine, and advanced chassis, this motorcycle walks a razor-fine line between the past and the present. It is not just a tribute to classic motorcycles, it is a modern-day evolution of them. And for Harley-Davidson, it is a stark reminder of what their brand used to stand for: heritage with muscle. Beneath its sculpted tank and round LED headlight sits a liquid-cooled 998 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, delivering 150 horsepower and 76 pound-feet of torque. Braking is managed by dual front disc brakes, paired with dual piston calipers, and a single rear disc with a single piston caliper, all tied into a cornering-capable anti-lock braking system. Suspension includes a 41mm inverted fork with preload and rebound damping adjustment up front, and a monoshock rear setup offering 4.7 inches of travel. Estimated wet weight comes in at approximately 460 pounds, with a seat height of 31.5 inches. While official pricing has yet to be confirmed, expectations place it between $15,000 and $16,000. Ergonomics blend old-school charm with modern comfort. The bars are slightly raised, foot pegs are mid-mounted, and the seat is flat and supportive. This allows for both casual urban cruising and dynamic riding without shifting posture. The overall geometry encourages confidence without fatigue, and the slim tank and narrow tail section allow for an engaged, grounded riding feel. This is a bike you sit in, not on, and the feedback it gives through the bars and seat is pure and unfiltered. Visually, it is a head-turner. A round headlamp, sculpted tank with knee indents, minimal side panels, and exposed frame sections give it the silhouette of a classic cafe racer, but with modern precision. The tail section is short and clean, housing a ribbed leather seat and discreet lighting that gives the bike a timeless edge. It's stylish without trying too hard, and everything on it looks built to last, not just to show. Performance is where the CB1000F Concept separates itself from the cruiser pack. The power delivery is smooth but relentless, with throttle response that feels refined yet responsive. The inline-4's character comes alive in the mid-range, offering rapid roll-on acceleration for highway passing or backroad sprints. Ride modes, Standard, Sport, and Rain, tailor power delivery and traction control to match road conditions and rider preference. And unlike older bikes with outdated electronics, this one seamlessly integrates safety and performance without becoming intrusive. Fuel capacity is expected to be around 4 gallons with real-world fuel economy in the 45 to 50 miles per gallon range. That gives riders a solid 180 to 200 mile range. Plenty for weekend rides, daily commutes, or scenic backroad escapes. The digital dash mixes analog-style aesthetics with a compact readout that includes speed, gear position, fuel range, and ride mode status. And here's the part that should concern Harley-Davidson. This motorcycle does nostalgia right. It honors classic form without becoming a museum piece. It uses modern components not as a gimmick, but to elevate the experience. And it never feels like it's compensating for a lack of performance with chrome or brand history. Instead, it makes a statement through engineering, craftsmanship, and timeless design. It looks classic, but it rides like the future. Now, the final blow to Harley's legacy is a machine they simply can't compete with anymore. Still here? That means you care about what's next. Subscribe now. We break stories the mainstream bike media won't touch. Honda Goldwing, 50th Anniversary Edition. There are motorcycles that you ride, and then there are motorcycles that carry you. The Goldwing 50th Anniversary Edition is not just a touring bike. It is a throne on wheels. A machine engineered for riders who demand silence at speed, comfort without compromise, and technology that fades into the background while elevating every mile. This is the kind of dominance that no amount of chrome can replicate. And it's the reason many Harley riders never look back. At the heart of this machine is a liquid-cooled 1,800cc flat-six engine producing 120 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Braking is managed by dual front discs with 4-piston calipers and a rear disc with a 2-piston caliper, all integrated into a fully linked, cornering-ready, anti-lock braking system. Suspension consists of a double wishbone front system and a single Pro-Link rear shock with electronic preload adjustment. Wet weight comes in at approximately 960 pounds. Seat height is a manageable 26.5 inches. Starting price is $24,995. From the first moment the engine fires up, you know this motorcycle is different. The flat six configuration eliminates almost all vibration, delivering turbine-like smoothness that keeps the ride composed, even at high speeds. Torque arrives early and stays strong across the rev range, making acceleration feel effortless. Whether you're solo or carrying a full load with a passenger, paired with a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission, riders can choose fully automatic shifting or manual override with paddle controls. It's seamless, intuitive, and perfect for long-haul touring or navigating urban congestion. The riding position is pure comfort engineering. A deep plush seat cradles the rider, while wide bars and floorboard-style foot placements keep your body relaxed. Heated grips and heated seats for both rider and passenger come standard. A power-adjustable windscreen paired with aerodynamic fairing vents provides personalized airflow at the push of a button. Even after hundreds of miles, fatigue is minimal and ride quality remains composed. Where this machine truly separates from the rest is its technology integration. A 7-inch full-color display offers navigation, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and voice control. 4 selectable ride modes: Tour, Sport, Rain, and Econ. Adapt power delivery, suspension response, and traction control to match conditions. Cruise control, keyless ignition, a tire pressure monitoring system, and a premium sound system are all standard features. And yet, despite the list, none of it feels overwhelming. The controls are intuitive, the interface is clean, and the focus remains on the ride. Storage is both generous and secure. The top trunk holds 60 liters, and the side cases add even more capacity. All compartments are weather-sealed and lockable by remote key fob. Fuel capacity sits at 5.5 gallons. and with an average of 45 miles per gallon, range easily exceeds 250 miles. It is a true long-distance platform, built not just for day trips, but for entire journeys. Handling is sharper than the weight might suggest. The double wishbone front end keeps steering neutral and responsive even under load or in sweeping turns. It leans with confidence, tracks predictably through corners, and glides over uneven pavement with a grace few bikes in its class can match. The suspension isolates the rider from road imperfections without sacrificing feel. The result is a sensation of control that's rare in machines this size. For the 50th anniversary edition, Honda has added exclusive touches that celebrate the Gold Wing's legacy. Gold accented badging, special paint options, and commemorative details remind riders they're piloting a piece of motorcycling history. But these additions never feel gaudy or excessive. They're tasteful nods to 5 decades of touring excellence. Where this directly challenges Harley's Ultra Limited and Road Glide Limited is in its approach to long-distance comfort. While the American tourers rely on tradition and incremental improvements, the Gold Wing has been reimagined from the ground up. The result is a machine that's smoother, more refined, and ultimately less fatiguing on those 1,000-mile days. For riders who've spent decades on Harleys but find themselves wanting more comfort, more technology, more capability, the Gold Wing offers a compelling alternative that respects your experience while elevating it. But Honda isn't just looking at today's market. They're positioning themselves for tomorrow with a machine that might be the most revolutionary of all: Honda EM1e. There's a quiet revolution rolling through city streets, and this time it's electric. The EM1e is not loud, it's not aggressive, but it is a direct threat to the way things have always been. Built for short-range commuting, zero-emission zones, and first-time riders, this small machine could have a bigger impact than anyone expected. Because while other brands chase electric prestige, this one chases practicality. Power comes from a hub-mounted electric motor powered by a Honda Mobile Power Pack E, swappable lithium-ion battery designed for convenience and rapid turnover. While official output figures remain modest, the EM1e is designed for a top speed around 28 miles per hour with a usable range of approximately 30 to 40 miles on a single charge. Braking is handled by a front disc and rear drum combination supported by a combined braking system for even pressure distribution. Suspension comes in the form of conventional front forks and twin rear shocks, tuned for city riding and light payloads. Wet weight, including battery, is approximately 260 pounds. Seat height is just under 30 inches, making it accessible for nearly any rider. Expected starting price lands below $5,000, making it one of the most affordable electric two-wheelers on the market from a major brand. What separates the EM1e from the rest of the electric crowd is not its power or range, it's its intention. This is a machine built for everyday life. Grocery runs, campus commuting, suburban errands. In places where cars are overkill and full-size motorcycles are impractical, this is the sweet spot. It's lightweight, maneuverable, and dead simple to operate. Twist the throttle and go. No oil, no gears, no emissions. Its real weapon, however, is the swappable battery system. Riders can charge their battery at home or simply swap it out at designated stations. In markets like Japan and parts of Europe, Honda is already rolling out battery share programs, and it's only a matter of time before similar networks take root elsewhere. That solves the biggest obstacle to electric adoption: range anxiety. From a design perspective, the EM1e is clean, minimal, and purposeful. LED lighting, digital instrumentation, and underseat storage give it a surprisingly polished presence for a budget-minded vehicle. Every inch has been shaped for function. No chrome, no fake engine casings, just pure electric utility. For seasoned riders, this may seem like a toy, but for cities looking to reduce emissions, for young riders needing simple transportation, and for parents buying their kids a first set of wheels, it's the future on a budget. And that's where the threat lies. Harley built the Livewire as a status symbol. Honda built the EM1e as a solution. One is a niche product, the other could soon be everywhere. This machine doesn't pretend to compete with highway cruisers or adventure tourers. What it does is chip away at the foundation of old motorcycle culture. The belief that bigger is always better. Honda is playing a long game, quiet, efficient, affordable transportation for the masses. And once riders get used to the convenience and cost savings, they are unlikely to look back. So there you have it. 5 Honda motorcycles that are challenging Harley-Davidson in ways both obvious and subtle. From the approachable Rebel 500 to the technological tour de force that is the Goldwing 50th Anniversary Edition, Honda is targeting every segment of the market with machines that prioritize performance, value, and real-world usability. And with the EM1E, they're even looking beyond the traditional motorcycle market altogether, positioning themselves for a future where electric power becomes increasingly important. Does this mean Harley-Davidson is finished? Of course not. The bar and shield has survived for over a century by adapting to changing times, and they still command brand loyalty that other manufacturers can only dream of. But what it does mean is that the days of Harley having the American motorcycle market to themselves are over. Competition is heating up, and that's good news for all of us who love to ride. Because when manufacturers have to fight for our business, they innovate, they improve, they give us better machines at better prices, and that means more people riding, more miles covered, and more memories made on 2 wheels. If you've enjoyed this breakdown of Honda's 2026 lineup, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment letting me know which of these bikes you'd most like to throw a leg over, or if you think Harley still has the edge in certain areas. Until next time, keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. I'll see you on the road.